Hey folks, welcome back to another video with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're going to do a little bit of a different kind of video, and that's a comparison of the new Stone Age Anniversary edition of Stone Age. Now this is the original right here, and this is the new Anniversary edition right here. So we're going to open up both of these boxes, show you the differences, similarities, and that's pretty much going to be it. It's not really a review. Already did a review of this guy a couple weeks ago, so you can go check that out. This is just going to be comparing the two base sets and what you're going to be getting in them. So there you have it. Let's get to it. So as we get started comparing these two versions of the same game, the components are, generally speaking, the same as far as the resources are concerned and the tools. Now, the food tokens are slightly different, and because our library copy of Stone Age has been upgraded with better components, these have been changed out for different things. But as you can see on the original cards, they were just circles. They were just tokens, and now they have little shapes to them like so. Fish, and then you see hides or something like that, and then I don't know what this is supposed to, maybe mushrooms, maybe that's what it's supposed to be. So you get that. The food tokens have changed, but everything else in the game as far as the basic components are concerned are the same. Now there are some differences, and let's get to those. Now with the deck of cards, development cards, there are differences, but there are a lot of similarities as well. As you can see, the difference here being in the shape of the food tiles. They are depicted on the new deck as opposed to the old deck up here. So there are some differences here, as you can see, but a lot of the similarities are the same as far as what's on the rest of the card. All of the different artifact tokens are this, drawings are the same, but the tokens have been changed for the shapes of them and so forth and so on. But a lot of the other things in the deck are staying the same, so there is some continuity there. The main difference between the new deck and the old deck is that the new deck does come with the wild animals. Now this is a module that you can add into the deck. You don't have to play with this, but the wild animals are here, and they are depicted as such. Now as far as the meeples are concerned, there is quite a bit of difference here. First of all, you don't have these for the scoring marker and for the food production track. You actually have 2 extra workers to do that. But then you also have 10 meeples altogether. One of the things that's different, of course, that you see that there's a printed sides in it. They are double-sided, so if you flip one over, he's the same on the other side. So they are double-sided. Additionally, something you may not be able to see right off the bat is that there are a couple of different face changes in here. So a couple of them have different facial expressions going on, but then again you have these specially designed meeples, but still just plain meeples over here. These have a little bit more pop, but that's another difference between the two versions. Now with the building tiles, or the hut tiles, you can see that there are one side that has the same thing on all of them. As you can tell here, just from the 2 depictions from each of the different decks, this is the new set of building tiles. This is the old set of building tiles. And but as you can see, the difference here comes with the backs of the tiles here. So you have the backs of those, but the backs of these are for the winter side of the board. So you do have, and of course these are all double-sided, as you can see here like that, but they also include an mini expansion up here. So you can build this building for this much, but if you spend an extra stone, then you'll get an extra 5 points added to this. So if you just build this, it's worth 13 points. If you build it with an extra stone, you'll get 18 points for building that. And a lot of these buildings have that. Some of them don't. They're just regular reproductions of their counterparts on the other side. But as you can see, some of them have that little mini expansion there, and those are made for that. But one other difference between these two decks is that there are the addition of these right here, these little igloos, and these go off to the side of the board, and they can be built at any time time by anybody that they wish. And so you can use 3 gold to build this igloo for 22 points, this igloo to build bricks for 14, wood to build 11, and stone for 19. So as you can see there, they go up in price depending, or rather point reward, depending on the resource that you're using, but these are available at any point in time. And of course, in order to build this, just like these other ones, you have to place a guy here as well. With the player boards, the only difference is the shape of the food token here. Everything else on the board is the exact same. This is the new and this is the old. So they pretty much went pound for pound here. This is the only difference. Even the little background Easter eggy type stuff that's in the back here is the same as down here. So there's really no difference. The only difference comes from when you flip the boards over. Of course, these were not double-sided. These are double-sided, and this is for use for the winter side of the board, but all of the stuff in the foreground stays the same, only the background graphics have changed. Here I have the old board set out for you, and I just want to show you the differences between that and the new. Well, first of all, on this side of the board, there isn't a whole lot of difference. As a matter of fact, I could not find any differences at all. Here, I just kind of leave this like that so you can see the bottom here and the bottom there. It is exactly the same. I cannot find any differences whatsoever between these two boards on this side. But the difference comes in with the double-sided board in the Anniversary Edition, which gives you the winter motif. Now, a couple of different things here. You do have this one right here that has this. This is another one of those little mini expansions where you can overpay for some of these cards and just score that gold point, that gold piece that you used, 4 points immediately. So there is that difference, and that's really about it. The only thing I don't understand is why that mini expansion wasn't carried over to this board. It is missing from over here. I suppose you can still just play with it, but why didn't they add it to the anniversary, spring or fall or whatever you call it, harvest time side of the board? But that's the main difference between the two boards. Not a whole lot of difference other than those. So that's about it for my comparison of the new Stone Age Anniversary to the original Stone Age. And so that's pretty much about it. There isn't a whole lot of difference, but I think some of the new things that they brought with the Anniversary Edition are pretty neat, and they kind of spice up the game a little bit without adding too much complexity, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, that's about it. That's the difference between the two versions. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you on the flip side. Take care. Oh, wait. There's one more comparison I didn't do. It has something a little bovine, maybe? I don't know. A little bit extra to it.